That being said, I think the government has no intention of paying this debt off. However, what the government is doing, the government is going to inflate this debt away. And when we said inflate this debt away, you might scratch your head and say, what do you mean inflate this debt away? Yes, the government plan is to inflate this debt away by increasing the value of asset the government hold, and by doing so, the debt won't look that bad on the government books. For example, let me break it down. For example, Japan holds a lot of our debt. So, for example, Japan, we borrow $1 from Japan, and today we borrow $1 from Japan. Today that dollar can buy you a gallon of gas, just for example. All right, by the government inflating that debt away, say 3 years from now, that same dollar we borrow from Japan can only now buy a quarter gallon of gas. You understand? So that's what it is. Kevin is going to lower interest rate to the point where people, businesses, can go and borrow money, put in speculative assets, and grow the economy like crazy in a way where everyone is getting money and everyone is everyone is making money. And the only way to really benefit from this is you have to own assets. You have to own assets. You can't, because consumers are going to get crushed. It is written on the wall. Consumers are going to get crushed. And the only way you can benefit from this is you have to own assets. And a lot of people say, hey, I'm not doing this. I'm leaving this place. I'm leaving the country. Because trust me, we're smart. We might not able to read the economy in a way, technical way, but we see the signs written on the wall. And a lot of people tend to leave the country and, tend to get out of the United States and go live abroad, because this is coming, and this is coming very quick. And if you don't own assets and you try to be a consumer and consume a whole lot without owning anything, you're gonna get crushed. And assets are your house, your stocks, and everything else that follows that really can make you money. So housing prices are gonna go up more. That's what I'm thinking. The price per house is gonna go up more, especially when the interest rates start lowering, because when they lower the interest rate to a point, people are gonna get more money to go out there and chase assets, and it's just gonna be a system that feeds into itself, a domino effect. As they chase assets, the price of assets is gonna keep going up, and so on and so forth. So the only way we can benefit from this is owning assets. And listen, say what you want about Trump, but he's telling you what's going on. He's telling you what's going on. This man portfolio made 3,700 trades in first quarter of 2026. Just think about that. That's a record. 2,700 trades in the first quarter of the year. Like, I've never seen a president. This is unheard of. And this man is going out there every day and telling everybody, like, listen, either he's saying it in codes or what, like, hey, this is what we're doing. He was on TV the other day, he's saying it. We're going to grow our way out of this debt, and that's the only way we're going to get it. We're going to get this debt down. We're going to grow our way out of it. And the United States government have a shitload of Bitcoin. Let's pivot for a little bit. The United States government have a shitload of Bitcoin on their books. They invested into Intel. They invested into MP Materials. They invested money. The United States government now put money in the market. That's like unprecedented. That's not conventional. The government never usually do that. And last year or the year before, they put money into Intel. They slowly put in Bitcoin on their books. And not only Intel, they invest in other assets on the market too, so on and so forth. But so this actually tells you what the aim and the goal of the government is. You know what I mean? So this is what's happening. And as interest rates get lower, asset prices go up. Reason being is because when rates are lower, the cost of money is low. And when I said the cost of money is, you could go to the bank and get a loan for very cheap, very, 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 very cheap. And when rates are low like that, people don't tend to save money in the bank because it's too low. You're not going to get any yield on your money when rates are low. So people tend to go out there, borrow money, put it in the market, put it in real estate to make that money work for you, because real estate and the stock market might have a better return on money instead of having your money in a bank or having your money in a bond or whatever it is. So that's what's going on. So that's the reason why I said that people who don't have assets or people who don't try to buy assets are